So in this video we are going to create a file called DB connection file, where we will have all our code that connects us with our database. So to create it, let's go to the utility folder and let's create one file called db connection.php. So inside this file we will have database connection. So let's go and create our page that connects us with our database. So first of all, I will give a class. So I will name my class DB connection. So inside it I will declare variable server, which will be our server, localhost, and we will create our username, and our username will be root, since my database username is root. And we will create property of password, and my password will be empty. So I will declare my database. Our database name is OOP login system. Okay, so I'm declaring all these fields private, since we don't want to others to access our our database credentials. So I will again declare a variable called con, and I will just not put it null. And so now we will create connection. So we will be creating one constructor and put our connection inside our constructor. So every time the class loads, we will be able to connect to the database. Construct without any parameter. So to create connection, we will put our connection inside try catch block. So if anything goes wrong, we will be having error message. And so inside the try block, let's complete this catch block too. Okay, so firstly inside the try block we will assign the database connection to the con variable. So to create connections, we will call class MySql, and we will provide here our server and username and password and our DB, which is database. So after creating our connections, if our connection has an error, if our connection is not working, that we will throw new exception. Inside the exception, we will put connection failed, and we will concatenate it with the error message. So if the connection is failed and if we will get the exception, we will catch the exception and we will display the message here. So if I save this, the error will be gone. And if our connection works, then we will display a message connected to database successfully. So okay, let's go and try this inside our home page. So to include our database connection page, we will open and close PHP tag, and we will include our database connection page using include function utility. Firstly, you will give the folder name, and secondly, you will have the page name, connection.php, and close this. So sorry for the background noise. Let's go and check our whether we have connected to the database or not. Let's remove this line from here. Let's go to the browser and let's refresh this. So we're getting nothing. So let's go back to our page. So let's go back to here. Let's see what we have. So we are also not getting the exception. So something is wrong here. So okay, so the problem here is that we have to create the object. So I'm very sorry. To run our page, we will have to create an object. So that since we are using object oriented, so we will create an object. So we will call our object name db con, and we will create a new object. So if you don't create object, then you will construct, your constructor won't be run. So let's we have successfully created the object. Let's go to the browser and let's refresh this once again. So as you can see, connected to database successfully. So since we have given all the credentials correctly, so it is connecting to our database. So if I give something here as my password, then it will throw exception. So access denied for here, and connection failed. The reason is having password yes. So since we don't, our database doesn't have password, so that's why it's throwing the exception. Let's go back and let's refresh this, and we will have the database connection, and we will comment this line since we don't need to be alert every time we connect to the database. So let's refresh this, and thank you guys. We have created our connection page. In next video we will design our login sign up page, register page. And thank you, and keep watching and keep learning.